Hi guys, welcome to Saturday Night Cook Along with me, Clara. And today we're cooking one of my favorites, which is Thai red curry. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've had this meal. And I just figured that, it's a very simple meal to make. It's like simple but delicious. So if you're looking for something to have midweek or even on a Saturday evening, you're having a date night in or whatever, as we're doing tonight, I think it's a perfect meal to have. And like I said, it's super duper easy, especially if you're using some things that are already prepared for you. If you're like super healthy and you want to substitute some of the stuff that I'm using out, then that's also okay. And I have actually selected, as you can see from the recipe that I sent to you guys, I obviously just sent you the list of the ingredients that you needed to get. I didn't really want you going off and cooking the food and then going, oh, no, I need to come to the cook along, because I really wanted you to be here. So I'm really glad that you're here. So how does it work? Basically, we just cook together. We cook together, we chat together. It's an online forum. You can choose to keep your camera on, or you can take it off if you want to. But I think it's just us in here. There's nobody else. So it'll be great if we can all just keep our cameras on. And if you've got any questions, just shout it out. We've got to probably do it a little bit orderly, just in case we don't want people talking over each other. So I would say if you've got a question, just raise your hand up, and hopefully I'll get to see it way in time before I've moved on to the next stage, and then I'll be able to answer it. So if there's anything that you're thinking of, okay, is this substitution okay, then that's fine. So I think the first thing we're going to do is just go through the ingredients that we've got, and then you can tell me if you've got something to substitute it, and then I can go, yeah, that's going to work or not work. But I guess if you've already got it, then there's not much I can say about that. So this is a chicken Thai red curry. So I have got some diced chicken breast. I like to buy chicken breast that's already done, because I can find that sometimes if you just get the standard chicken breast and you cut it, then you might cut them into two big pieces and stuff like that. But if you prefer to have it that way, by all means, if you're doing this again, depending on what you've got today, then just get the standard chicken breast, and then you can dice them yourself. So this is, thanks for asking. This is 400 grams. If you don't want to use chicken, you can obviously use prawns or big shrimps, or you can use beef. I tend to find that beef, though, probably takes a little bit longer to do. But if you're also vegan or vegetarian, you can use courgettes. You can have actually a combination of different types of vegetables instead of the chicken. Like mushrooms work really well as well with a Thai red curry. So that's the base, the meat, and then obviously we need the curry. So I bought this from Blue Dragon, which is, can you see that? That is the Thai red curry paste. I always like to work with the paste because I think it's a lot better and nicer, and the flavour is much better than just working with the sauce. Usually the sauces I feel are a bit more watered down. I don't know, what do you think? But I prefer to use the paste. So this is the paste I've got, and this one actually serves 2 people, so it should be more than enough for the chicken that I've got. So that's the next ingredient. Fish sauce, not fish oil, but fish sauce. Looks a little bit like an oil. We're just going to use a little bit of this. Sometimes people don't put this in, but I think that you do actually have a little bit of a difference when you put it in. It does not taste fishy, so you're not going to be like, if you don't like fish, it doesn't taste fishy in that sense. It just kind of like adds a little bit of flavour to what we're cooking. Obviously, we're going to need our coconut milk. I have got 400 ml coconut milk, and that should be way more than enough, okay? Yeah, it doesn't really matter the brand for the coconut milk. Now, we're going to use some onions. I've got a full onion here, but we're not necessarily going to use a full onion. I think we'll probably use about a half of that. So if we've got a half, that's fine. Garlic. I like to get garlic puree, number one, because I think it's easier to store. I tend to find that when I just get the natural raw garlic, it kind of like goes off, because I'm like, I store it and I forget it. But this I kind of tend to use a lot. But yeah, so you can decide whether you're going to have fresh garlic or garlic puree, but I'm using garlic puree for this, okay? So we're going to use some aubergines. Well, 1 aubergine. Again, you can substitute your aubergine for mushrooms. You can also substitute it for broad beans. And sometimes people just substitute substitute it for, what else the other thing you can use? Courgette. Did I say courgette? If I haven't said courgette, yeah, you can use courgette as well as a substitute. Depends on what floats your boat. Flat leaf parsley, we're going to use a little bit of this. This is usually made for garnish. Now, and then we've got the olive oil. Yep, so don't forget your olive oil. We're going to use that. And I like to put in some tomatoes. So I bought the cherry tomatoes. So yeah, cherry tomatoes. We're going to use some of those as well. And again, this is all just adding to the consistency of the actual meal. You're going to need a little bit of salt. I use pink salt. So I'm going to go for today. Some pink salt. If you've got regular salt, that's fine. I am cooking it on a bed of cabbage. Only because I love cabbage, but you can actually cook it with rice as well. So if you're going to use rice, if you've got a rice cooker, then obviously you can use the rice cooker. If you want to use ready-made rice, like, you know, microwave rice, then that's fine. If you want to cook your rice from scratch on the pan, then that's also fine. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So I would suggest, if you're going to use rice, that you might want to put the rice on first, before we actually do everything else, just because the rice is probably going to take about 10 to 15 minutes, unless of course you're using the microwave rice, which we can do at the same time as we are doing the cabbage. Okay, so right, so is anybody using rice? Because if you're using rice, I don't want to launch into the first bit before you've put your rice on the pan. No, okay, no one's using rice. You followed the recipe to the T. Okay, great, that's awesome. That's what I love to hear. Great. All right, so let's cook. Okay, so what are we going to start off with first? I always say it's good to organize your cooking desk. So I'm going to have my vegetables over here. Just organize it. So if you can just organize everything yourself. I'm going to start off with the chicken. Now, I don't know about you, who washes their chicken? Because not everybody washes their chicken. Some people say it's good to wash, some people say it's not. I don't know, I just don't know if I can live with myself if I don't wash my chicken. So I'm going to wash it just in cold water and then take it from there. So, okay, so this is the chicken. I'm going to put that in this bowl. Now I'm just going to tilt through so you can start to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. So this is chicken. So yeah, so we're going to take the chicken, put it in the bowl. Yeah. Make sure you've washed your hands before you start, because you don't really want your hands to be mucky in that sense. So I'm just going to go and wash this and I'll be right back. I just kind of like give it once over wash, and most of the time it's just, for me, it's just gives me that kind of like that sense of, yeah, it's been washed. So when I wash it as well, because you can see it's got water in, so it's very difficult to get rid of that water. So I will use a kitchen towel to actually get rid of that. So I'm just going to grab a kitchen towel. Obviously, if you're not washing your chicken, that's fine, or if you're using vegetables or something else, that's fine. Now, if you're using vegetables, you're not going to be doing this step because you don't really want to get your vegetables cooking just yet. So you see there, I'm just damping out. Quite like doing that because, as you can see, it's just soaking up, yeah, the excess water in there. Okay. Now what I always do is I take some of my paste and I use the paste as, what do you call it? Just to, oh, I forgot the word I need to use. use the paste to season the chicken. So a little bit of the paste to season the chicken. So everybody get your paste. How are we doing? This is a little bit difficult. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to take like, I've got a spoon, see that spoon? Put that in my tea. In fact, I'm just going to take half of it, half of this paste that I've got. So if you're not doing it, just take like 2 teaspoons, which is equivalent to half, and then you're just going to mix that into your chicken. Mix it nicely. Oh, it smells nice. So when I mix that, I'm just going to leave it now while I prepare other stuff. Just going to allow it to marinate for a little bit. Yeah. There. Okay, so put that over there. So we're going to get the onions. So 1 onion. I don't know how do you generally cut your onions, so I just do that, and I then cut it in half. Okay. Like I said, we're only going to use half of the onions, so let's get rid of this. Okay. I always take the top layer out. I don't know about you, what you do, but yeah, I always kind of like take the top layer out. So we're just gonna chop this up now. And go, if you're a novice at chopping, just do like, you know, just yeah, straight like that. So you see that? And then I just gather it all, and then I go the other way. And that makes it into nice squares. That's what we're going to have. That's what we need. We just want some nice squares. So it doesn't have to be evenly done. Okay, so this is what we're going to start frying first. Now, I've got a pot. You can use a wok. I'm going to use a pot. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can start to see a little bit more. Hello. And yeah, so the first thing that's going to go in is the onions. Then we're going to put, no, let me tell you exactly right. First thing that's going to go in is the olive oil. So a little bit of olive oil. Then we're going to put the onions in. Then we're going to put the paste in. Okay? So, see? Now, I don't know if you've got an induction cooker like me. Sometimes... Alright, so we're just going to warm up the pot roughly. I've got it on 8. Everyone's going to know what level their heaters, you know, the cookers are, because they're all different for everybody. And sometimes an 8 is fine, sometimes it's a little bit too much. But I've got it up at 8. So I'm going to grab my spatula. In terms of the olive oil, how much do you use? You won't want more than a spoon. I'm just going to dish it out like that. But if you're measuring it out, then a spoon is fine. Just going to wait for that to get a bit hot. Okay. Can you see the pot? Right. Great. My kitchen's still looking quite tidy, which is also good. So how are we all getting on? Okay. So, like I said before, first thing that's going to go in is the olive oil. So we put the olive oil in. Now we're going to put the onions that I prepared. The onions, okay, so you can see that. I'm just slightly putting the onions in. Oh, you can hear that sizzling away. When the onions go in, what you don't want to do is fry it too quickly, otherwise it's just gonna burn. So I tend to drop it roughly to about 6. I don't know what 6 means on anything other than this, so, but it just means that it's slightly sizzling and it's not going to burn. Okay. Just going to leave that for a little bit. Then we are going to put the rest of the paste in. So literally in terms of the paste, we're looking at 4, let me see, how much is this in total? So let's make sure we get this right. This is 50 grams. So we're going to put in 50 grams worth of paste in this dish, okay? So we had 400 grams worth of chicken, 50 grams worth of paste. We've put 25 grams in the chicken and seasoned that, and that's just sitting there seasoning. Now we're going to put the final 25 in with the onions, and we're going to fry it. And what we want to do is actually want to fry the seasoning. There's a different taste that you're going to get from the seasoning when you fry it than when you don't. So that's sizzling away nicely. So whilst that's happening, I might as well come and chop up some tomatoes. So let us, these bowls are really handy. Look at them, they're so handy. You can just use them for different things. In this case, I'm just going to use it to chop up tomatoes. Tomatoes are going to go in roughly much more towards the end. In terms of tomatoes, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomatoes, and these are cherry tomatoes. And what you want to do, you can see that there, is you just want to slice them in half. Okay, so that's all you do. Slice them in half. Nothing fancy. You don't want them too small. I like the cherry tomatoes because they've got like a, you know, they've got this fresh kind of taste to them, a bit tangy. So. Okay, so we've now got the tomatoes, we're just going to put that to one side. The other vegetable that we're going to need is the aubergine. So again, I like to tidy up my stuff as I'm going along because then I don't have much to do at the end. Don't know about you. You just have like a little dustbin at the back there. I just put everything in and then I put everything else in the bin. So that's browning. So how's everybody getting on? Have you got your onions in? Are you browning now? Okay, so at this point in time, if the onions are brown, then your heating is too high. You need to lower it. Okay. So I'm just doing the aubergines now because we've got some time. So again, I'm just going to slice the aubergines into 3 slices. Okay, and then I'm actually going to take off the ridge. And I'm going to cut that actually into smaller pieces. So basically, each one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Do that with the other one. Obviously, if you're using this as your base, then you're going to need more than what I'm doing at the moment. This is just in addition to the chicken, so I'm only using a small amount. Maybe that one will just be 4 because it's quite small in that sense. Okay. Right. So again, let's get rid of stuff we're not using. So we've done with that, that can go over here. Okay, so how is my, so the onions, that's nice. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put the paste in. Okay, so let's put some paste in. Let's put some paste in. Here we go. We're going to put all the rest of this paste. So it's sizzling. So what we're just doing here is we're just frying the paste. Oh, I can smell it already. Can you guys smell your paste already? How does it smell? Okay, so So just mix it in with the onions. Yeah. Just get the garlic ready. Just going to open up the coconut milk. Sometimes you can get some coconut milk and it's really, really thick. I'm hoping this is not one of them. Okay, so this doesn't look as if it's not a thick one, which is quite good. You don't really want it too thick because sometimes when it's thick, it's just too creamy. So that's opened. Put that there. Okay, what you can do if you wanted to, let me just like see if I can get you to. Where are we going? Here we go. Oh. Working this camera. Okay, what you can do as well is you could brown your chicken beforehand. So in the fact that I have just seasoned the chicken and put it to one side, and then I've actually fried the extra seasoning in the pan. What you can do the other way around. So you can put the chicken in the seasoning that you've just done and put that in first and brown that, take that off, and then put your second batch of seasoning, as in curry, with the onions, and then you pour the chicken in afterwards. I'm doing it the other way around, so I've not browned my chicken, I've just seasoned it. I've seasoned the extra seasoning that is not on the chicken, but what I'm going to do is after I've put my coconut milk in, I'm then going to put the chicken in, and then it's just going to simmer, okay? It just gives it a slightly different texture because then the chicken's a little bit more softer on the outside as well as the inside than if you brown it before. That makes sense? Okay, so you can do it either way. Well, actually, no, you can't because because you're following me. Anyway, but next time, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to try a different way, or if you're used to doing it a different way as well, and that's fine. So that's seasoning. So now, I think it's time for us to put the coconut milk in. Here you go. Cheers, everybody. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. When you're pouring it in, just pour it in bit by bit. You don't want to pour it in all one go. And also you want to lower it to roughly 4. So I've got it 4, and I'm just going to start to pour it in little by little. Hopefully. Yeah. A little bit and mix it in till you get the paste. Just try and create this paste. There you go. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Okay, just mix it in. So far I've put half of it in. How much have you guys put in? Okay, a little bit more. Now how much are we going to put in? I love my coconut milk. So, essentially, yeah, we are going to put the whole lot in. So that's 400 grams of chicken, 400 ml of coconut milk. Some people will mix that with a little bit of water, but this coconut milk is not that creamy in that sense. So I think you can actually get away with just having it. And once you put that in, I think rise it up to just one more. A little bit higher, because what you don't want to do is you don't want this to boil over. You want it to simmer. And now we can put the chicken in. Okay? So now we're going to put the chicken in. Now, if you are putting in vegetables instead of chicken, then I would say wait a little bit, because I'll tell you exactly when you should put the vegetables in, but still keep it simmering because you want this to cook. So now I'm just going to pour the chicken in. I'm going to put it on 6. So we just put the chicken in and put it up to 7. Now everything's going to start cooking together. Okay, has everybody put their chicken in? You can see that simmering. Put it on 8. I put it on 8 because 7 doesn't seem to be working. Okay. So it's probably going to take about 10-15 minutes for everything to cook together. But now you're just going to get the seasoning from the chicken and everything all immersed into one. Yeah, and the idea is that when it's done, it's going to be nice and succulent. Okay. All right, so where are we? Now, like I said, I'm going to do mine on a bed of cabbage. So if you're wanting to do it with rice, then yeah, actually, if you're doing it with rice, using a rice cooker, now's the time to put the rice in. If you're doing it with just cabbage like me, then, and I think we said everybody was doing it with cabbage, right? Everyone was doing it with cabbage. Cool. So we're going to start to make our bed of cabbage. So what does this look like? I'll show you. So the bed of cabbage, we're going to actually steam the cabbage to a certain degree. You can either use a steamer, or the other way that you can steam is you just put a small amount of water in the pot, and then you actually then just will cover it. So we are going to do cabbage leaves. So I always get rid of the first few from cabbage just because I don't know, just because I think that those bits that have been tampered. And as you get to the smaller bits, we now will just like unravel it. Okay, let's start unraveling. Doesn't matter if it splits. But just, how many do like with cabbage? Yeah, you can do as much as you want because it's cabbage. I like it when it's all whole though, because then I've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to do 6. This, as you get to the thing, it gets a little bit harder to. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. Oh, that's 5. Dare I have a 6th one? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's pretty fun. Okay, so 6. So I'm going to do 6. You can do as many as you want. Now we see the chicken is simmering. Oh gosh, this is looking good. How's yours looking? Is it looking good? Okay. Like I said before, in this particular one, we are not actually, we put the chicken in without first, let me talk. We put the chicken in without first browning the chicken, which is fine. You know, it's a different type of Thai red curry that we're going to do. So I've created 6 of these cabbage things. So I'm just going to rinse them out now, and then I'll be back. So if you could just rinse yours out as well. Vegetables, I definitely would say rinse them, because you don't know whether they've had fertilizers on them, that kind of thing. We live in a funny day and age now. Okay. Ta-da! So I've got a pot for this, and I'm going to put a little bit of water at the bottom, just a small amount, that's so that it just covers the base. So you don't want too much water. If you have too much water, it's just not going to turn out the way you want it to turn out. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there. Put a little bit of water in. It's like, okay, it's about, can you see that water? It's about... What am I doing, Clara? Like, here. Here. That's the amount of water you want. Not much, huh? I don't know why this is not even plain ball in there. Let me see. Ah! Come on. There. Okay. Anyway, you catch my drift. It's not that much water that you're putting in. Just enough for it to line the base of it. And then we are going to put that on the pan, and we want it to get hot. Okay, so yeah, you can put that in now if you want to. Oh, chicken's looking good. So now what I'm going to do is put the aubergines in, because the aubergine is going to take a little bit of time to cook. And then also you want to put your fish sauce in. So the time when the aubergines come in, now this is the time if you're doing all vegetables, this is the time that you can put all your vegetables in now. So if you're just doing vegetable curry, put all your vegetables in at this point. Now in terms of the fish sauce, you don't want that much. I would say kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4 squirts is enough. You don't want to have it overbearing. So especially if you've not had fish sauce before. Some people like fish sauce, so you know, it's kind of like your dig, then you can put a little bit more in. Now we're going to put the garlic in. I love garlic, so, but what I don't want to do is kind of over exert the taste. So in this scenario, I'm not going to put as much as I normally would put in. So let's see how much we're going to put in. Just a little squirt, like 1, 2. I put 2 squirts. That's probably equivalent to, I don't know, one clove of garlic. Okay, so that's looking good. Now the water there has kind of boiled. Let me taste it. Tastes really nice. I always like to taste just in case it needs a little bit of salt, because sometimes you've got seasoning in, but actually it needs some salt as well. So I'm just going to put, I've got pink salt here. I'm just going to put a pinch of salt. I don't really put the salt that much, so just a pinch of salt. And that's enough. You don't need anything else. How are you all getting on? We're almost done. Pretty cool. How are you getting on? Okay, so flat leaf parsley is going to come in towards the end, but you can prepare it. So how we're going to prepare our flat leaf parsley? And I'm going to swap boards. So I'm going to chop it up and take it out. Again, this is all based on your taste. Like, I'll show you how much I've put in. So I've kind of like put this amount, which is a handful, and I'm just going to chop it up into smaller bits. It's got some bad bits in there, so let's get rid of the bad bits. We don't need bad bits. So yeah, it's just a rough chop. Here you go, see? Rough chop in. That smells so nice. It's really nice when you get these things fresh, because they actually have the beautiful fresh smell. Yeah, so we're going to be putting that in, but more towards the end. So now, where are we? Oh, yep. Aubergine's doing well, chicken's doing well, everything's just cooking nicely. Okay, I'm going to get my plate. I'm going to get my plate now. Okay, so I am going to put on this plate. And the whole thing is, I love it when we can actually make our plates look really nice. So just because you're cooking for yourself doesn't mean that you should just plonk it on the plate. I think it's really good to be able to decorate it. So we are going to be, and that's why I'm using the cabbage leaves. So the cabbage leaves, when we cook it, they're going to be used as decoration, and then we're going to put the sauce in the middle, and then we're going to put some of the parsley on top, as well as some parsley inside. So yeah, this is going to be a really cool meal when we finish. So if you can go and grab your plates that you're going to use, make sure it's a nice one. And yeah, show me your plates. What are you using? Oh wow, I love that. I love that design. That's really cool. Where'd you get it from? Oh, it's been in the family. Okay, that's cool. Keep it in the family. All right, so now it's time for us to put in the cabbage. So we're just going to lay it on the base. Okay, so let me bring it to you just so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's go down. Let's go. I can't really work this camera. I'm just trying. Okay, so look. So I'm just laying it on the base. Just laying it on the base. So just one on top of each other. Just like that. Putting it in. It's for a reason, because when you do it this way, they kind of like get different levels of cooking, which is what you want, because you want some to be a little bit crunchy and some to be really soft. So yeah, so you literally, that's how you do it. Now I'm going to put that on, and that's there. I'm going to get a cover to cover it. Hopefully this is the right cover for it. Oh, it will do. Right, cool. So, where are we? We're still cooking. So, only things that I've left to go in is the tomatoes and the flat leaf. So, if you've got anything else that's remaining, then there's something wrong, because there shouldn't be. There literally shouldn't be. Like, we're done. We're done after this. Okay. So, yeah, it's nice to tidy up as you're going along, because it makes it so much easier when you're packing up. Hey, look what I got from my shoe. Just dropped off from my shoe. I think the pineapple wants to go into my Thai curry. I was like, no, different dish. Okay, that's looking cool. All right, so now let's do this. We're gonna put in the tomatoes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is, like I said, this is such a simple, easy dish to do. Like, it takes no time at all. But the flavour of it is just awesome. So we're going to leave that in. And after this, you can get the full recipe from tonight. So if for whatever reason yours didn't come out quite right, or you're thinking, oh, I've just had to rush things a little bit because you're a little bit behind, I'm going to give you the full recipe so you can make it in your own time as well. But so far everything's looking really cool. Like, that Thai red curry. Oh, what's happening there? Okay, come on. Don't mess up now. So you can see they're both kind of sizzling away. I've both got them on gas mark 8. So it's a race to finish now. Okay, it depends on how you like your cabbage, because sometimes some people like their cabbage a little softer than others. Like, I can eat cabbage raw, so if you can eat cabbage raw, then you can actually have it a little bit harder than if you don't like cabbage raw, because some people just don't like eating it raw at all. I don't know. Where do you stand? Do you have a thought process, an option, a preference? No. But this way, doing it like this, it does, because these type of cabbages, they don't take long to cook as well. So when you have it there, I think it just gives it a little bit of a crunchy kick towards there. And you also do want your curry to be a little bit cool when you serve it. You don't want it to be piping hot when you serve it. So it's good that, you know, it gives an extra couple of minutes for the cabbage to get done. Now I'm just going to put some of the flat leaf parsley in now. So you guys ready? You ready for this? Let's drop this in, shall we? Oh my gosh. In fact, I might put virtually all of it. I'll use that to garnish. Because the flat leaf parsley makes a difference. If you find that the water in the pan disappears, just add a little bit more. So I'm just going to put just a smidge in water. So I can feel the bottom of the pan just kind of like, just put a little smidge more. Okay, that's more, not too much. You just want to be able to let that steam out. Oh, this is going to be so nice. Like, you guys are just going to be like, ah. You need to grab yourself a glass of, we didn't even start off with a glass of wine. Next time, definitely start off with a glass of wine. But I do have this, which is, it's a coconut water. I saw this in the shop and I thought, I'll try this. It's coconut water with coconut pulp. So yeah, it's a coconut day today. So I'm going to have this with my dinner, but I'm going to put it in a nice glass. One of my wine glasses. I'm going to put it in this wine glass. To be good. Let me just get that rinsed out. I'm prepared. Gonna get some ice as well. I'm gonna start packing things away. So you can start packing things away that you no longer need. I did think I was gonna have some time to make a surprise starter, but that didn't quite work out. Maybe next time. I'll make we can make like a little bit of a starter. So, okay, so I'm just waiting now, probably for the next 2-3 minutes, and then dinner's gonna be ready. Oh yeah. Do you want to see what it looks like? I'll let you wait. Actually, the cabbage looks like it's almost done. Yeah, okay, so cabbage is done. Shall we look to dish up? I'm just going to turn off the chicken, leave that on hot for a little bit. Can we all go and grab ourselves something to drink? I am going to be drinking this, like I've said already, but I'm going to go grab some ice. Let's go grab some ice. Yep, seems like it's got this for my ice thing, and like it's supposed to be easier to do. So just gonna get some. Ooh. Looks good. Okay, so got some coconut bits in it. Okay, so that's that. Now let's come and dish up. Let's dish up. Let's dish 100% up. Right, are we ready? So we're just going to take our leaves and we're just going to spread them. Spread the leaves. Oh gosh, this is awesome. On your plate, like. Wow, oh, it smells so good. And I had 6 leaves, but I'm going to just use 5. Got them all, got that one in the middle. Kind of makes like a little bit of a flower. So now I'm going to get my Thai green curry. Oh, look at that. That looks awesome. Okay. I'm just going to dish that on top. So, yeah, might have to bring that a bit closer. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Let me show you. If you're dishing yours out now at the same time as well, that's great. So yeah, so I've got all the nice chicken pieces. Try not to put too much chicken in because I won't have any for tomorrow. Oh, look at that. Just built some things here. And then we are going to, almost there, garnish that with some fish. So I'll move that away. Bring this closer. Take this away. And look, this is the meal. That's what I'm going to be eating tonight. Wow. Does that not look good? Hey, everybody, could we just have like your plates up and let's see? Beautiful. Okay, guys, you know, the meal's hot and it's warm, so yeah, let's go and eat. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'm going to so enjoy this meal. Like, put down a review in the hub as to how you found this hub, how you found this meal, what you thought about it, the nice things, the things that you didn't quite get so well. If you substituted it for anything, then let us know what you substituted it for. And then you never know. We can try that and see how that goes. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me. It's been 45 minutes plus hanging out with Clara and the cook along. So yeah, see you in the hub. Take care. Have a great Saturday. Bye.